Exodus, the 14th chapter. Now, when I was growing up, there was a couple that I knew. This is not really a married couple, but they were boyfriend and girlfriend. And one of the interesting thing about their relationship was that it was very toxic, deadly. These people would beat each other. And I'm saying beating, I mean beating. They would fight. They would go out, get drunk. They would come home, and there is a fight going on. Physical fight. The husband punching the wife in the face, bam! The wife punching the husband, and at one time I remember as he's punching the wife, he begins to dislocate his shoulder, and his arm was out. So he fell down, and you'd think the wife would feel, the girlfriend would feel sorry for the boyfriend, that his arm is out. No, she comes, she's kicking him and punching him in that state. Every night we have to try and separate them. Someone is holding the other, so he's holding this one every night. But what was very funny is, the next day, they are laughing, they are together, they are enjoying life. And then when they get money, the same stuff. Drink, fight, beat each other. The next morning with blue eyes, they are enjoying life like nothing ever happened. In fact, their relationship was so toxic and so deadly that they went to the police and they got this, what do they call it? This restraining order to say, you know what, they should not be 30 meters or whatsoever, should not be close to one another. If anybody comes close to another one, basically you can call the police, they'll come and arrest them. So they got this, and just maybe 3 days, they are already together. But the order is lying there at the police, but no, these people are together, they are living life in the same house. Toxic. And I remember the relatives trying to speak to them. See, this lady is not good for you. This man is not good for you. Just separate. They will say, no, I love them. You don't understand. It's love. And they held on to each other, fighting. I mean, there are some deeper things I can't even go into. There was a time the husband or the boyfriend, not the husband, I don't know why I keep on saying husband, the boyfriend found the lady. That time he's drunk, okay, so he's on the bed, he drank, and then the lady was busy having sexual relations with another guy and on the floor at the mattress while he is sleeping on the bed. He woke up and happened to catch them. But still, he would say, no, I still love this lady. People wonder, is it witchcraft? The guy will do all kinds of things. He will bring ladies from Windhoek and you'll be having relationship with them. The lady will still come back to him. That's very, very interesting. And I want to speak to you this morning, a message I've entitled Toxic Relationships. And we are going to read Exodus 14 from verse 10 about the children of Israel and their toxic relationship with Egypt. The Bible reads, and when Pharaoh drew near, children of Israel lifted up their eyes, and behold, the Egyptians marched after them. And they were so afraid, and the children of Israel cried out unto the Lord, and they said unto Moses, because there were no graves in Egypt, hast thou taken us away to die in the wilderness. Wherefore hast thou dealt with us, thus with us, to carry us forth out of Egypt? Is it not this the word that we did tell thee in Egypt, saying, leave us alone that we may serve the Egyptians? For it had been better for us to serve the Egyptians than that we should die in the wilderness. And Moses said unto the people, fear ye not, stand still and see the salvation of the Lord, which he will show to you today. For the Egyptians whom you see today, you shall see them again no more forever. Now, this text we read is just the beginning. The children of Israel were slaves in Egypt for about 400 years. They were in slavery, they were enslaved by Pharaoh. But then what is very interesting is Moses was sent by God as a deliverer to go into Egypt and tell them and free basically the children of Israel. And he takes them, so let's go to the promised land which God had promised us. And the Bible tells us the moment they came to the sea, and you know this now there's no longer going in front, no going backwards, because Pharaoh is coming with his troops. And the Bible is saying, they're saying, oh, why did you even bring us here, Moses? Why did you want to free us? It was better for us to be slaves in Egypt than for us to come here and die. Again, if you keep on reading, God sends manna from heaven for these people to eat. And then they eat manna, they're happy, they're excited eating manna. After a few days, they begin to say, every day is just manna, manna, manna. We enjoyed life in Egypt. We used to eat the garlics, the leeks, the cucumbers. We miss those things. And meat in Egypt. And here is somebody, although they were slaves in Egypt, they still very much love Egypt. They still very much want to go back to Egypt, even though it was a place of slavery for 400 years. That, my friends, is a toxic relationship. Because it's slowly killing you, it's destroying you, but you still love it. Literally, there are some people, they can get beaten by somebody, they still go back to them. They can get stabbed by somebody and still go back. Yesterday, I was driving from Namco service station. I was going down. And as I was with Brother Princely, as we are driving, we saw just almost like not really in a bush, but just a little bit outside of the bush. There's a young boy. He's holding a girl like that, and he's wrestling with the girl. So I said, hey, let's turn back and see what's happening. So we turn back. And I asked the young man, what's going on? He says, nothing. I said, what do you mean nothing? The girl clearly does not want what you're doing. He said, yeah, she doesn't want, but I want. And he's holding her hand. I said, leave her alone. He said, no, I will not leave her alone. So I begin to ask the girl, and she says, I don't know why he's holding me. I want to go back home. But he's holding me. Then I told the girl, you come in the car. Then he let her go. Now the boy let her go, the girl is still standing. Looking at him. I'm wondering in my mind, why in the world are you looking at somebody who wanted to hurt you still? Jump in and let's go. She's still. The guy says, no, you can go. Okay, bye. And she goes in. Now, Mercy, who is that guy to you? He said, it's my boyfriend. He said, I'm saying, and he's your boyfriend. The way he's handling you like a boy. She's telling me, no, he'll not do anything to me. Toxic relationships. Now, I want to look at toxic relationships we have with certain things as well. And number one is people can develop toxic relationships with negative emotions. Human beings, we are all emotional, right? But sometimes people can begin to love expressing their emotions, that they are just a walking emotional person, and they've developed somehow a with their emotions that are killing them. We can speak about the emotion of anger. How many know there are some people, they just enjoy being angry? To them, they might not even know that they're enjoying being angry. But you see, when you get angry and there's that thrill in your heart that you know how I was angry. Before you know it, you begin to enjoy getting angry. You want to argue with people, you want to fight with people because anger is a deadly emotion, but now you have developed a relationship with anger. So much so that you love it. The Bible says anger is in the bosom of fools. But see, some people just love to be angry. And you know what they'll tell you? You sometimes introduce yourself. Say, no, my name is Jonas. I'm 25 years old and I'm short-tempered. It's like it's a qualification, right? Hey, I'm short-tempered. I get angry very quickly. When I get angry, I just sit dark. I can do anything when I'm angry. But you see, it's a weakness. But now someone has developed a relationship with anger so much so that they love it. Even when God is saying, don't go to bed with anger. But no. I don't care about what the Bible says. I will be an angry person. And I'll be angry whenever I feel like getting angry. We can speak about self-pity. People love that one, right? To feel pity for themselves. How are you? Oh, you will not understand. I'm not doing well at all. Things are hard. Self-pity. Self-pity is a dangerous emotion. It's where people just want to feel sorry for themselves all the time. They just want to feel pity for themselves. The Bible tells us about Elijah. Here he is. He's sitting under a tree. He wants to commit suicide. God sends an angel. The angel cooks for him. How many of you will eat if an angel cooks for you? An angel cooks for him a cake he doesn't want to eat. If I see people like that, just because they are feeling down, I will not eat today. Here is the food. No, I don't want. Drink, no. Then they are alone, sitting in a dark place, feel sorry for themselves. Oh, poor me. Nobody loves me. Nobody cares about me. But see, when people do these things over a long period of time, you know what happens? They love it. They enjoy just that thing of feeling pity for themselves. We can speak about fear this morning. Fear is a negative emotion. Always being afraid of everything. Of course, it's healthy fear, right? I mean, if a lion was to come in here, probably I'll be the first to jump out, and then I'll let all of you figure out how you go out. It's a healthy fear. Don't be there, no, I'm a child of God, I'm not afraid of lions, then you will die. Okay? So there is healthy fear, and then there is this strange, deadly fear that people have, that you are just afraid. You know, some people, just when they hear a sound, maybe, boom, the lightning. Huh? Why? Why is that? It probably means something. Or maybe their eye is moving. Why is my eye moving? Is it bad luck? Oh, Or maybe someone say, how are you, my neighbor, in the middle of the night? Oh, why are they getting in this time? It's a witch doctor. It's a negative fear. You can't just live your life just being afraid of every little thing, of everybody you see. You are afraid. You know, some people, the reason why they cannot even get saved is not because somehow they are too much into sin. No, they are just afraid when they see people are clapping hands. Why are they clapping hands? If they just see someone fall down, boom, I'm out of that church. Fear. Some people are driven by fear. They don't even try out things. And fear goes a long way, right? Fear also involves basically having a lack of confidence lack of confidence, you lack courage. And you say, no, I'm just a shy person. I was just born like this. Yes, you are born like that. Now you need to get born again. So you don't have to be a shy person. You are afraid when the moment you stand in front of people, you can't even open your mouth. You just begin to shake. Crippled by fear. We can speak about jealousy, envy. See, these are emotions that people express. But see, the more you express these emotions, the more you are jealous of people, you speak down on people. Later on, before you know it, you enjoy these kind of things. And you become that thing. You are just you have nothing good to say about people. When someone succeeds, you talk them down. Someone spoke about crabology. You know crabs. How many of you eat crabs? You don't eat them. You know, people from the coast do eat them. You know those crabs, those things. They did a test for crabs. You know, they put crabs like in a bowl. And these crabs, the moment one crab tries to go out of the bowl, the others will pull it down. And then they'll all stay at the ground. Then one will say, let me go out, tries to go out, others will pull it down. That's the mentality of some people, right? You don't want your friends to go anywhere. I want to go and study. What? Study? No, you will fail. You and me will just belong in Khorixas. Don't go anywhere. Talk down. I want to start a business. No, don't start a business. It will fail. Other people, they enjoy being depressed and being stressed out. You know, some people will find something just for them to stress themselves. They don't just want to live life calmly, enjoy life, just breathe. Just want to stress. What can I find stressing? They can't stress about their children. They can't, oh man, all my kids are fine. Huh? Then they must stress about soccer. Oh, look, this team, I did not win. Or then they just find something to stress about. Because stress, like I said, you begin to develop a relationship with this negative emotion that you enjoy being stressed. Have you ever seen people that can get walked out for a simple thing? It's a little thing, but they go on like it's the end of the world. It's because they've developed a relationship with stress. And then you get into things like hypertension, because over time, you begin to develop and embrace these negative emotions. And you see some people, they are just walking emotionally disordered. All they walk is just emotions all over the place. They cry, they feel pity for themselves, they get angry, they are depressed, they are stressed out. And their life is not balanced. Because why? They've embraced it. They love it so much. They love these negative emotions, which is a toxic relationship. The other thing that you can develop a toxic relationship with is a bad health. Now, I don't know what it is about. I don't know if I should say Africans or black people or Namibians. I don't know which one is which. But all of us, I believe, we fall in that category. We are black, African, and Namibian. So, very interesting. When an African or a Namibian is told by a doctor something, my goodness, it's like a certificate. The doctor told me not to eat pap. And it's almost like it's a nice thing. I'm allergic. I don't eat those things. And and others will look, wow, you are allergic. Yes. And it's very funny, but these bad people have developed a relationship with something that is actually bad. Being allergic is not a good thing. But now they love it so much. Hey, I'm allergic, bro. And all their pains, their sicknesses. And people develop this relationship with their sickness. Oh, I'm having high blood pressure. Oh, I'm having this or that. And they love this. You know, I remember even when we were young kids, when they have asthma, man, it's something like you said, when they get that thing, it's like, other kids are watching them. I'm asthmatic. I have asthma. But over time, what's happening is a person is developing love for their sickness. Now they love their asthma so much, they love their health condition so much, every day, and they know they can even get sick leave. I'm sick and I take sick leave. I'm not going to work months and months. You're not going to work. And you say, I'm a sickly person. I'm going for an operation. I was diagnosed with this and that. And the reason why they are loving it is because when people are showing them concern, at least my sickness is making people to give me attention. Right? When I'm sick, everybody at my house, are you fine? They are calling, oh, how are you doing? Okay. Oh, are you fine now? So, people begin to develop a very bad relationship to their sickness. Imagine the sickness is there not to play around in your body, it's there to kill you. Right? And you wonder why sometimes people get prayed for and they're not getting healed. You know why? They love their sickness. They have no intention of getting healed. Say, if this sickness goes, that means the government will not pay me my social grant, number one. Number two, nobody's going to call me. This pastor must just forget. In fact, anybody sick, they will sit down. I will not go there. Because they've developed a relationship with something that's actually killing them. You have pain in your body, you have sickness in your body, but you still love it. Thirdly, deadly relationship that can be developed with is with curses and strongholds. This one is another one again that people love so much, even though it's destroying their life. Lifestyle patterns that are not normal that people love a lot. One young man was telling me, you know what, Pastor? For us, in our family, we just love women. This is just how we are. we love women. We get more than one woman all the time. We cannot have only one. And this is, he said, yeah, because my father is like that, my grandfather is like that, I'm like that, all my brothers are like that. And this is a lifestyle that can kill you, not good for you, but you still love it. And there is no intention of being free from it. Other people can be addictions. They'll say, no, the moment I stop smoking, I think I will die. This cigarette is my best friend. Or you'll see people, how they'll praise alcohol. Oh, alcohol is the only thing that will never disappoint me. It's the only thing that will never leave me. And they love these things, but these things are killing them. Or we can speak about the problems in the family line that are ongoing in your family. That you know that this thing is a problem in our family, but people still brag about it. They still love it. No, it's actually all of us in our family, we have this cancer, Pastor. It's a curse. It's not something to be proud of. It's something that needs to be confronted. We can speak about poverty. See, poverty can be passed down from generation to generation. Because poverty is a spirit, and poverty is taught. Your parents were taught by their parents how to behave and how to accept poverty. And parents teach their children how to embrace poverty. Like I said a couple of times, growing up, I thought it's just normal to go to cash loan. And some people, even when they have money, I need to go to cash loan. It's normal. You know, they can buy something or save up and buy something, cash. I need to buy on account. I can't buy cash. Oh, why don't you lay by? Lay by, Pastor. Then I will not reach. I need to get it now. So you are wondering, what is so difficult just to lay by something and you're not owing anybody, it's yours. Say, no. It's very funny. People can even lay by a phone. People can even buy a phone on credit, on account. You are using it, it's not yours. And then you are paying 3 times more than the original price. But I don't care. See, that's what I'm saying. Poverty is taught. I remember there was a lady, she came into the bank. She wants to withdraw $10,000. I tell her, listen, you can increase your limit and go withdraw at the ATM. Get an ATM card, go withdraw at the ATM. You'll only be charged probably $100 or $200 if you withdraw $10,000 at the ATM. Or even 100, maybe 75, not even a lot. And then but if you withdraw here inside, you'll be charged 700. Says, it's 9,000 more, what 700? Just give me the money. Because I tell you, when someone thinks like that, they don't care about what they're losing, all they care about what they're gaining. But you watch people who are wealthy, they care about every little cent. In fact, they get their bank statements every month and they're checking through them. And they say, hey, they come to the bank. Why? Why do you charge me? Why? And even if it's $50, the bank must reverse back to them. But for those people who don't care, just bring. The only time they get a statement is to take it to cash. They just get it. Don't even look at it. My money. Get their money. And life goes on. You tell them, you are going to be charged. And say, is it your money? It's mine, boss. Bring the money. Because poverty is taught. And people, they embrace it and they love it. Deadly relationships. But you see, God can help us overcome these deadly emotions or deadly relationships that we develop. Number one, we need to recognize them in our life. You need to recognize them, you need to acknowledge them, and you have to reject them. See, this couple, they would have saved themselves a lot of hurt and they just separated. Jesus said, if your arm is causing you to sin, chop it off. Because it is better for you to go to heaven with only one arm than to go to hell with both 2 arms. If your eye is causing you to sin, gouge it out and just stay with one eye. For it is better to go to heaven with one eye than to go to hell with 2 eyes. Cut them off. If you realize, you know what, this thing is basically killing me, but I still love it, it's time to cut off. It's time to cut off. Recognize, don't enjoy this negative emotion. Hey, sometimes you have to talk to yourself. David in the Bible, he's disappointed, he's discouraged. He says, why are you cast down within me, oh my soul? He's talking to himself. He said, hey, why is my soul cast down? Why am I feeling like this? He's encouraging himself afterwards. But see, some people, instead of talking sense into yourself when you are down, you just go with the flow. Oh, poor me. Oh, when you are angry, you are just in that moment. You don't rebuke yourself. Say, hey, what's going on? What am I doing? Like Elijah we spoke about. Elijah is there, feeling pity for himself. God, just kill me. I just want to die. He's suicidal. Probably he's expecting someone to say, oh, poor Elijah. You have really been going through a lot. But the angel comes and asks him, Elijah, what are you doing here? And that's the question you need to ask yourself. What am I doing here? What am I doing? So the light can go on at least, so you can change. Bad health. You need to ask God for God to heal you from whatever sickness or disease. The Bible tells us about this woman who was bent over for 17 years. She was like this. And she came to church also like this. And then Jesus healed this woman. And he said, this woman whom the devil has bound for these 17 years. That tells us something. Sickness is not from God, it's from the devil. And we don't need to entertain it, we don't need to love it, whether it's asthma, it's allergy, whatever the sickness may be. Or it's say, hey, I don't accept this sickness. Even if the doctors have told you, you agree, of course, doctor, yes, I understand what you diagnosed me, but I'm going to reject it in prayer. I will not accept my body being sick. I desire to be healed. I want God to heal me. Can speak about curses, addictions. Say, God, set me free from my addiction. And God will give us freedom from toxic relationships. Reject them. Don't entertain them. Don't just love all these negative things that are happening in your life. Poverty. He said, don't enjoy poverty. Don't just love poverty. You know, I was invited at Khorixas High School to open in prayer. They had an award ceremony. And then there was this lady who was giving a motivational speech. And this somebody, she grew up in Khorixas. She grew up in Khorixas. She schooled at Versendevoort and at Velvicia, and then she went to Khorixas. And then from there on, she went to the University of Cape Town, South Africa. And she was telling these kids, listen, I was playing in the same sand you are playing in. My parents had nothing like you. You're like your parents probably have nothing now. Even when I went to South Africa, I had to jump in a truck to go there. When I went to South Africa, nobody was able to pay for me my accommodation, my hostel fee or nothing. But she said she told herself from a young age, my parents never went to university, that's why I'm like this. I will make sure I go to university. And today her life is changed. She made a decision to say no to poverty. Don't let your circumstances define who you are. Yeah, people are just smoking around in my house, so even me, I'll just smoke. Oh, everybody's doing it. So no. Don't allow those things to define you. Oh, there's nobody helping me in business. You have to be able to say no to poverty. Say, I say no to poverty. I'm blessed by God. And God is going to open doors for me where I can be financially independent. We need to reject and stop this notion of just accepting things and going with the flow. We need to hang on to the promises of God. Amen. Heads are bowed, eyes are closed. Thank you for your attentiveness and for your time.